Hey, good evening. My name is Ryan. Sorry for the winded nature of my self right now. I just got off a little bike ride. But I really wanted to address this. I'm running out of daylight. Am I paranoid? I'm saying this, I'm making this because a young lady came and talked to me earlier, and she was trying to be nice and wanted to just over and over wanted to give me food, and I'm trying to explain to her like, I know it's unlikely that you're a nut job that wants to kill me, but there's enough of them that it's Russian roulette, and I'm not playing Russian roulette for a rap, because that'd be a rap eventually. So she goes, so you're paranoid? No, no, that's not what that means. And just to clear up, am I paranoid? Because I don't want to take food because there's so many nut jobs out there right now, and fentanyl's so cheap and easy to put in stuff. So let's see. Let's go through a few things. I put myself in the dryer for 5 minutes on high heat when I was 5 years old. Got third-degree burns from my waist stuck because I thought it'd be fun. I used to get the fire department called on me because I'd climb up into trees 100 feet up in the air as a small child, scaring my neighbor's parents. So they'd call an ambulance, fire truck, to come get me down, and I'd just jump right down. When I was a small child, I mean, we're talking 6, 7 years old, I believe, I would swim out so far from the beach in Florida on family vacation that my parents couldn't see me. I couldn't see the coast. They couldn't see me. I used to scare them doing it. I almost got hit by a big ship one time. I was down in the water, digging in the sand, looking for things, starfish and stuff, and came up and was, this close to a giant boat that didn't know I was down there swimming. When I was 9 and 10, I went to England and had an uncle there. And but I went around town by myself. I went and did some touristy things by myself. I went shopping by myself. I went and played with local neighborhood kids in alleys by myself. Flew over there by myself. Set off the alarm in Manchester. This was towards the end of the Troubles, and there had been a bomb threat. Set off the metal detector with one of those little cans of Coke they give you on international flights, and got to meet some of the British bobbies who came out just to make sure I wasn't carrying something crazy. But I got kicked out of my house when I was 16 / left because I refused to stop smoking cannabis in a blizzard, like waist-high snow. And there's a neighbor and her family that can vouch for that. When I was 18 and 3 months, I quit. I was already, I was living on my own. I quit my job. Got a girl I had met a week before to give me a ride to Colorado. Left with a mountain bike, a suitcase, and $20. Got there, sold my mountain bike, bought a backpack, and a bus ticket to LA. Does that sound paranoid to you? Do I sound like a paranoid guy? I've hitchhiked over 300,000 miles in the United States, almost every single mile by myself. From major freeways, I've hitchhiked in Atlanta at night on the freeway in downtown Atlanta, and I've hitchhiked on back roads of Texas where the only traffic they get is when they're moving oil rigs from one site to another, and they get these caravans of all the fracking trucks and water trucks and drills, and they drive down the road, and if they don't pick you up, good luck. I've biked thousands of miles by myself. I've held the world's deadliest scorpion at home by myself. My girlfriend was at work, and didn't think twice about pulling it out and putting it on my hand. I've held brown recluse. I've held black widows. I've spent thousands and thousands of nights outdoors. I lived on the streets of San Francisco for a decade selling psychedelics and cannabis in the middle of 3 different gangs. And a lot of people who like to fight, and sometimes things got a little crazy. And I worked as an independent and did it for a decade and made a lot of money sometimes. And never once did I rent a hotel room or rent an apartment. I slept outside every single night. And gave away most of what I made. I have argued for right-wing policies, including Trump and some of the most far leftist communities in America, some of the most far left places you can imagine, by myself, surrounded by people who jump people for fun sometimes. Does that sound like I'm paranoid to you? I've went out in the deserts by myself, collect bugs on the side of cliffs, surrounded by rattlesnakes, jumped in the middle of rattlesnakes, whole rattlesnake den in Riverside, California one time. Climbed mountains by myself. I've spent months alone in the wilderness. I've gone months without talking to people, having a normal conversation. Taken heroic doses of psychedelics more than most people want to think about. Done a lot of psychonaut kind of stuff, and here I am. And sometimes I wonder how I made it, but I did. And you know, there's a lot of things you can call me. Stinky's a good one. Pretty stinky right now. Ugly. You can call me ugly. Fair enough. Whatever. You can call me an asshole. Sometimes I am. I can be. My patience level is decreased as my age has gone up. But paranoid, not really. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, you know, I don't mind people thinking bad things about me, as long as they're, you know, within the realm of, like, you know, you could call it like semi-appropriate or relative. That's fine, and, you know, you're not gonna hurt my feelings, and, you know, calling me paranoid doesn't hurt my feelings either. It's just ridiculous. It's just silly. I'm one of the least paranoid people I know, but I do try to take calculated risks, not have reckless abandon. I've had reckless abandon when I was younger and partying a little harder and a little less wise. There was times I had reckless abandon. Maybe someday we'll hear some of those stories, but when I take risk, I want them to be calculated, and there's going to be a benefit analysis, cost-benefit analysis of what I'm doing. Just because I'm on the street doesn't mean I'm worthless, doesn't mean I want to throw my life away, doesn't mean I'll stick whatever you put in front of me in my mouth. That's not how this works. I want to survive. I want to leave the world a little bit better. I still have a few things I want to do. I still want to raise some funds for some people I love. And I've got to take calculated risk. And taking when society zeroes in on you as like the monster of the world, even if the reasons are silly as heck, you know, you have to be conscious of that. You have to act accordingly, and that's what I do. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons: like, subscribe, share, comment, leave a question, suggestion, or a bad joke. Make fun of me. Right down below. Thanks. God bless.